Have you noticed your legs feeling weaker lately? That simple everyday movements, standing up from a chair, walking up the stairs, just don't feel as easy as they used to? You might think it's just getting older, but what if I told you it's not just age? After 60, your body can lose up to 33% of its muscle mass, often without warning. That's 1/3 of your strength gone, silently. No pain, no symptoms. Just one day you realize you can't do what you used to. But here's the truth. Muscle loss is not inevitable. In fact, scientists at Harvard and McMaster University have found that certain everyday foods, yes, foods you can find at your grocery store, can reverse muscle loss in as little as 6 weeks. And yet, most seniors are missing them. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 7 muscle-saving foods that can help you regain strength, boost balance, and reclaim your independence. These aren't fad diets or expensive supplements. They're backed by science, proven by results, and ready for your plate. So before you take another step, ask yourself, are the foods I eat helping me stay strong or slowly making me weaker? By the end of this video, you'll have the answer and a brand new plan to stay strong, steady, and independent for years to come. If you're over 60 and you want to stay in control of your body, your freedom, and your future, you need to see this. Comment below, still strong, if you're ready to fight back against muscle loss, because it's never too late to start. Let's begin. 1. Sarcopenia, the silent muscle thief. Imagine waking up one day and realizing it takes you longer to stand from a chair. You pause before climbing the stairs. You hesitate before stepping off a curb. It doesn't hurt. It's not dramatic, but something feels off. You're slower, less steady, and maybe you've just chalked it up to aging. But what if I told you that what's really happening has a name? It's called sarcopenia, a scientific term for age-related muscle loss, and it's affecting millions of older adults right now, often without them even realizing it. After the age of 60, your body naturally starts to lose muscle mass, sometimes as much as 33% over time. And it doesn't happen all at once. It sneaks up, slowly, quietly, silently. You're not in pain. There are no warning signs. Until one day, you find yourself grabbing onto the countertop for balance, using both hands to get out of bed, or sitting down more often because standing just takes too much effort. That's sarcopenia at work. And it's more dangerous than most people realize. In fact, sarcopenia is the leading contributor to falls and fractures among seniors. It's responsible for up to 87% of nursing home admissions. And every single day, across the country, older adults are losing their independence, not because of disease, but because their muscles are disappearing. Not because they're getting older, but because they haven't adapted to the way their body is changing. You see, aging doesn't automatically mean becoming weak, but it does mean your body needs different care than it did at 40 or 50. And that's the real insight here. Weakness is not inevitable. Inactivity is not a requirement of age. Losing strength doesn't have to be part of your story. But if you continue eating the same foods you always have, if you avoid resistance training because you think you're too old, if you assume that slower means normal, then sarcopenia wins. You don't lose strength overnight. You lose it in the quiet moments, when you skip protein at lunch, when you sit more than you stand, when you let your muscles go unused for just one more day. But here's the good news. Muscle loss can be reversed. Yes, even if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Recent research from Harvard Medical School has shown that certain foods, not supplements, but real, everyday foods, contain powerful compounds that can actually stimulate muscle repair and growth in older adults. One food in particular has outperformed prescription medication in restoring muscle mass, with a clinical trial showing improvement in 91% of participants in just 6 weeks. And no, it's probably not in your fridge right now. In the next section, we're going to explore the top 10 most effective, science-backed foods for preserving and even rebuilding muscle. These aren't exotic or expensive. They're practical, accessible, and surprisingly underused by most people over 60. But before we go there, ask yourself this: when was the last time you thought about your muscles? Not how they look, but how they support you, carry you, hold you upright when you step out of the car, or help you lift the laundry basket, or keep you steady as you reach for something on the top shelf. Because losing muscle doesn't just mean losing strength. It means losing freedom, losing confidence, and eventually, losing the ability to live life on your own terms. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need a personal trainer. What you do need is the right nutrition, the right knowledge, and a decision to take back control starting today. So let's take that step. In part 2, we'll uncover the foods that fuel your strength, restore your mobility, and give you back the energy you thought was gone for good. Are you ready? 2. Foods that shrink your muscles, and you're eating them daily. Most people think muscle loss comes from not exercising. But what if I told you that certain foods you eat every single day might be quietly destroying your strength? It's not just about what you do, it's about what you eat, and more importantly, what you're not eating. Let's start with ultra-processed foods, frozen dinners, snack bars, deli meats. These are stripped of essential nutrients and filled with sodium, preservatives, and additives that block your body's ability to absorb protein effectively. Without proper absorption, your body can't rebuild muscle, even if you're eating enough protein. Next, refined sugar. It doesn't just live in candy. It hides in yogurt, cereal, salad dressing, even so-called healthy granola bars. Sugar fuels inflammation and disrupts insulin, which is vital for delivering nutrients to your muscles. The result? Weakness, fatigue, and slower recovery. Lastly, nutrient-poor meals. Diets that lack iron, zinc, and vitamin D. These are the key players in muscle contraction, energy production, and balance. Without them, you may feel like your legs don't work the way they used to, even though your doctor says everything looks fine. And here's the scary part. These aren't rare habits. They're common. Most seniors grab whatever is fast, cheap, and familiar. But over time, those choices are silently accelerating muscle loss, increasing your risk of falls, fatigue, and even fractures. The good news? It's never too late to turn it around. Start by replacing ultra-processed snacks with real food, like hard-boiled eggs, nuts, or a cup of Greek yogurt. Swap sugary cereals for oats topped with berries. Add leafy greens, beans, or wild salmon to your weekly meals. And if you're not sure which foods are harming your muscles most, ask yourself, when was the last time you read a label? If the ingredient list sounds like a science project, it's probably hurting more than helping. Now let me ask you, of the 3 muscle-damaging foods we just talked about, processed food, refined sugar, or nutrient-deficient meals, which one do you think is the most dangerous? Drop your answer in the comments. Because recognizing the enemy is the first step toward rebuilding the strength and confidence you deserve. Coming up next, we're revealing the foods that don't just protect muscle, they help you reverse muscle loss. Even if you've already started to feel the effects, there's still a way back. Keep watching. 3. The foods that activate muscle regrowth, backed by science. Imagine eating a simple food, no pills, no prescriptions, and slowly feeling your body become stronger again. That's not a fantasy, it's science. Clinical research, including a groundbreaking study from McMaster University, has shown that certain foods don't just preserve muscle, they can actually rebuild it. In one 6-week trial, participants regained up to 40% of lost muscle mass simply by adjusting their diet. So let's break down the 4 muscle-regenerating food groups that could help you reverse what many doctors believe is just aging. First, we have the fast-acting proteins. These are proteins your body can absorb quickly, crucial for rebuilding muscles that have broken down overnight or after light activity. Whey protein tops the list. It's rich in leucine, the amino acid responsible for triggering muscle protein synthesis, even in aging tissue. Right behind it, Greek yogurt. Not only does it deliver nearly twice the protein of regular yogurt, it also contains casein, which digests slowly and keeps a steady supply of amino acids flowing to your muscles through the night. If you're only eating cereal for breakfast or skipping evening snacks, you're missing out on this powerful recovery window. Next, we move into anti-inflammatory proteins, specifically fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These are rich in omega-3s, especially EPA and DHA, which have been shown to reduce chronic inflammation and help muscle tissue become more responsive to protein. As we age, inflammation dulls your body's ability to use the protein you eat. These fish sharpen that response, so your meals don't just fill you up, they fuel your strength. Third, we have natural sources of leucine and creatine, 2 names you might hear in bodybuilding circles, but they're just as important in senior muscle care. You'll find both in eggs and lean red meat, like sirloin or grass-fed beef. Leucine activates the very switch inside your cells that tells muscle to grow. Creatine, on the other hand, stores energy in your muscles, so you can stand up from a chair, carry groceries, or walk farther without tiring. Research shows older adults with higher creatine intake maintain better muscle volume, strength, and balance, especially when combined with gentle resistance exercises. And finally, don't underestimate the power of plants. Antioxidant-rich vegetables, like spinach, kale, pumpkin seeds, and colorful berries, are essential for fighting oxidative stress, one of the hidden causes of age-related muscle breakdown. As your muscles age, their cells become more vulnerable to free radical damage. Think of it as rust from the inside out. Foods rich in polyphenols, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin K protect your muscle fibers, keep your joints flexible, and support hormone balance. Let's recap. You need protein, but not just any protein. You need it at the right time, in the right form, and in the right combination. These 4 food groups, fast-absorbing whey and Greek yogurt, anti-inflammatory fatty fish, leucine-rich eggs and beef, and antioxidant-packed greens and berries, don't just feed your muscles, they bring them back to life. So now the real question: how many of these foods are already on your weekly menu? And which ones will you start adding today? Comment below with the one food you're most excited to try, because your next meal could be the first step towards stronger legs, better balance, and a more independent life. 4. Your daily meal plan. Build muscle without heavy workouts. Imagine this. It's a normal day. You're not lifting weights or running marathons, but every meal you eat is working quietly in the background, helping your muscles rebuild, keeping your legs stronger, and protecting your independence. That's the power of eating smart. You don't need more food. You need the right food at the right time, in a way your body can actually absorb. Let's walk through one simple day. This isn't a fad diet or a massive grocery list. It's a realistic, muscle-friendly meal plan designed for anyone over 60 who wants to stay strong, without extreme exercise or protein powders you can't pronounce. Morning. You start the day with a warm plate, 1 whole egg, gently cooked. The yolk? That's where you get leucine, vitamin D, and choline, all essential for muscle function and brain clarity. On the side, a slice of whole grain toast for slow-burning energy and a handful of lightly sautéed spinach or kale, loaded with magnesium and nitrates to kickstart blood flow to your muscles. This meal isn't just fuel, it's your first line of defense against muscle loss. Lunch. A golden piece of oven-baked salmon lands on your plate. Just 4 ounces delivers more than 20 grams of high-quality protein and a powerful dose of omega-3s, which help reduce inflammation and keep your muscles responsive. Pair that with a scoop of roasted sweet potatoes, rich in potassium and complex carbs to replenish energy. Add a side of steamed broccoli or carrots, and you've got a nutrient-packed plate that tells your muscles, grow, not shrink. Dinner. No heavy cooking needed. Grab a small bowl of plain Greek yogurt, the full-fat kind, with no added sugar. Stir in a handful of blueberries or strawberries and top it off with a few walnuts or pumpkin seeds. This combo gives you casein protein for overnight muscle repair, antioxidants to fight muscle aging, and healthy fats to support hormone balance. It's the perfect wind-down meal that quietly does big things for your strength. And throughout the day, don't forget hydration. A few cups of water with lemon or herbal tea keep your muscles hydrated and your digestion smooth, both of which are crucial as you age. Now here's the big takeaway. You don't need a lot. You just need the right nutrients, spread across the day, to give your muscles exactly what they need. Think of food as your quiet workout. Every meal you eat with intention is a rep. And over time, those reps add up to better balance, more energy, and fewer falls. So here's a challenge. Try this simple plan for one day. See how your body feels. You may be surprised by the boost in clarity, movement, or even sleep. Comment below with the meal you're most excited to try, and share this with someone you care about who's also looking to stay strong. Your kitchen is more powerful than your medicine cabinet. Let's put it to work. 5 protein mistakes people over 60 make every day. Let's be honest, we all know protein is important, especially after 60. But knowing that and doing it right are two very different things. You might be surprised how many seniors think they're eating enough protein, when in reality, they're making simple but serious mistakes that cost them muscle, energy, and independence. Let's walk through 3 common mistakes that are more common than you think. And yes, we'll keep it lighthearted, but also real. Mistake number 1. Just drinking milk and thinking that's enough protein. Meet Bob. Bob drinks a big glass of milk every night and proudly says, "See, I'm getting my protein." But here's the truth. Milk is good, but it's a slow-digesting protein, and it's not enough on its own to stop muscle loss. Especially after age 60, your body needs faster absorbing protein like whey after any kind of movement, even a 20-minute walk. Mistake number 2, eating less to avoid weight gain and starving your muscles. This one hits home for many seniors. You want to stay slim, so you eat light. Maybe just toast for breakfast, salad for lunch, and fruit for dinner. The problem? Your body isn't just losing fat, it's losing muscle, which means your metabolism drops, your strength fades, and your risk of falls goes up. Remember, muscle is your metabolism's best friend. Eating enough protein doesn't make you bulky. It helps you stay balanced, stable, and mobile. Mistake number 3, using protein powders that are loaded with artificial junk. You finally buy that big tub of protein from the store. It says high protein in big letters, but when you flip the label, surprise! It's packed with artificial sweeteners, sugars, and additives you can't even pronounce. And worst of all, these ingredients can irritate your gut, spike your blood sugar, and undo all the good protein is supposed to do. So what's the smart way to get protein at 60 and beyond? Tip number 1, choose proteins that are easy to absorb, like whey isolate, Greek yogurt, eggs, or soft-cooked salmon. Tip number 2. Don't eat all your protein in one giant meal. Split it into 2 to 3 servings throughout the day so your body can actually use it. Tip number 3. Try to consume a dose of protein within 30 minutes after light activity, like walking, stretching, or gardening. This is when your muscles are most responsive to protein. Protein isn't about building bodybuilder arms. It's about keeping your legs strong, your balance steady, and your life fully yours. So don't let old myths or flashy labels lead you down the wrong path. Which of these mistakes surprised you the most? Or have you made one of them before? Don't worry, we've all been there. Comment below with, "I've done that," if this hit home. And remember, it's never too late to correct course. Your next meal could be your next step towards strength. Let's make it count. 6. The secret to rebuilding muscle while you sleep. What if I told you the best time to rebuild your muscles isn't at the gym, but while you're asleep? It's true. You don't need to lift weights or do intense workouts to fight muscle loss. You just need to understand how your body repairs itself, especially at night. Here's what most people don't realize. Your muscles do most of their rebuilding while you sleep. And if you combine the right type of protein with a deep night's rest, you can trigger something truly powerful: natural muscle restoration. Let me explain how it works. As you age, your body becomes less efficient at using protein. So, even if you're eating well during the day, your muscles still need support overnight, especially during those long hours without food. That's where Greek yogurt or casein protein come in. Unlike fast proteins like whey, casein digests slowly, releasing amino acids steadily for 6 to 8 hours. Think of it like a drip feed to your muscles while you sleep. It's especially useful if you've had a light dinner or gone several hours without protein. A simple bedtime snack could be half a cup of Greek yogurt with a few walnuts, or a small glass of warm milk with a scoop of casein protein. It's gentle on digestion, calming before bed, and powerful for overnight muscle repair. But food alone isn't enough. To truly activate muscle recovery, your body also needs 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. This is when human growth hormone, your body's natural repair signal, peaks. And that's the secret. You don't need to exercise like an athlete. You just need to eat right, sleep well, and give your body the tools to heal. So tonight, instead of skipping dinner or staying up late scrolling, do this. Eat a light, protein-rich snack. Dim the lights. Get into bed at a decent hour. And let your body do what it was built to do: restore, repair, and rebuild. Remember, strength doesn't come from force. It comes from nourishment, rhythm, and rest. What will you eat before bed tonight to help your muscles tomorrow? Muscle is the foundation of freedom. Imagine this. You're walking outside with your grandchild. Your steps are steady. Your body feels strong. And best of all, you're not depending on anyone else to keep moving forward. That's the power of healthy muscles. And it's never too late to reclaim it. Because keeping your muscle means keeping your freedom. It means standing up on your own, reaching for things without fear of falling, taking care of yourself, and living life on your own terms. And the best part? You don't need to change your life overnight. You just need to start small. One better breakfast, one smarter snack, one extra hour of sleep. So, I'll leave you with this simple question. Which meal will you start with? Comment below with "I'll start with," and share the food you're ready to change or add to your routine. And don't forget to share this video with someone you care about, someone who deserves to walk stronger, live freer, and feel proud of every step. Because growing older should never mean growing weaker. Not when the tools to stay strong are already in your kitchen.